If you're judging Sister Dina, shut up. Oh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How's it going? First and foremost, I'd like to apologize. I'm sick. I wasn't meant to be making a video today. But then I've been seeing so much content the last few days about people talking about Sister Dina Tokio and the fact that she took off her hijab, and I don't know. I mean, I did see something, like I saw something online. I didn't think it was going to be so much of a big deal, but I'm just seeing so much conversation at the moment. So I was sitting down, I literally just had breakfast, which is why I've got tea in my hand, and I thought, you know what, I'm a man of opinions. I don't share them all the time, I don't share them often actually, but I thought, you know what, I'll give you guys my 2 cents on it, because I'm seeing so many, and sorry, I look like a mess because like I said, I'm sick, and I hope my hair looks good. But yeah, I don't know, I was literally sitting down before, and I was on my phone, and I was like, yes, I've got a pink phone. I was just like, why are so many people talking about this, you know? And I'm looking at some comments, and people are having a go at her. Looking at comments, and people are praising her. Some videos, people are saying yes. Some videos, people saying no. And I'm just like, what the hell, you know? So I'm just a little bit confused as to why it's such a big deal. I understand, like somewhat, like she's probably one of the largest influencers. Largest? Is that the word? Adjective? She's one of the biggest influencers. Yeah, I think it was the right adjective. Yeah, she's one of the biggest influencers at the moment on you know, Instagram and YouTube and that sort of thing. Anyways, let me just dive into it, yeah, and then you guys will sort of see where I'm coming from. Let me start it with this. Taking the hijab off or keeping it on is 100% her decision. 100% your decision, 100% anybody's decision. It's not something that I'm allowed to judge. I mean, if anything, who am I? I mean, yes, I understand as human beings, all of us, every single one of us, we have a tendency to judge, yeah? I 100% understand that. And even though every single one of us, you know, will say, you know, I don't like judging or this and that, it's just reflex for human beings to judge. But the moment you judge, right after the moment you judge, so your mind goes to judge somebody, you see something, you see them doing something, bang, your mind goes into judge mode. But what you do right after that, how you recorrect your mind is sort of the moment when you can say, okay, I don't judge somebody, because that judgment comes into everyone's mind. But if you can immediately remind yourself, you know what, you know, I don't want to judge that person, that's when you know, okay, you know, like I'm not somebody who's judgmental. That's how you can know for yourself. Like if you want to know if you're a judgmental person or not, just think, right after I do judge somebody, am I reminding myself not to judge them? Anyways, so it's her decision, 100%. Yeah, she does whatever she wants, and let me. Like, I want to derive a small lesson from this, because there is such a huge conversation about this, and there are so many people that are attacking her, and so many people that are scolding her. I'm sorry if I mumble from time to time. I spoke about this in a couple of videos ago, but I just lost my train of thought. But the same way it's her test, yeah? The same way that she's got her test of her hijab or anything else, we have our own tests. I mean, if you think about it, yeah? As if we're all perfect human beings, we're going to turn around and say to her, you're doing something right and you're doing something wrong, and blah blah blah. You have your own tests to worry about. You have your own flaws. We've all got flaws. We've all got things that we're struggling with. I've got something I'm struggling with. She's got something she's struggling with. You've got something you're struggling with. Who are we to say negative things to her? Who are we to even turn around in messages, in comments, and say, sister, you made a huge mistake, blah blah blah? Who are we? Maybe it is a mistake, maybe it's not. But who are we? Like, we're not allowed to make that call. Yeah? Obviously, I'm not saying, okay, let me put it to you like this here. I'm not saying the act is right. Okay, let's put her aside for a second. I'm not saying the act of taking the hijab off is right. I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm trying to get at is this here, and I think if I explain this, it'll make a bit more sense to you guys. The other day, yeah, in Turkey you'll find everything. Turkey you'll find a lot of different things, but in and amongst all of the people that are selling things on the streets, there are people that sell things. You know scratchies, like, you know, like, I don't know, is it called a scratchy or a raffle? You know, when you scratch it and then you can see if you win money or something like that. It's gambling. It's basically gambling, yeah. Anyways, I was walking in the main area of Adana, and there was I think, from what I assume, a husband and a wife. You know, they were leaning over to one of the stalls, and I think that they were scratching. So they were playing the game, or like, you know, the scratchy, the raffle, and they were gambling basically. Yeah? It's gambling, but she was clearly a hijabi. And sorry, I'm sick, yeah. And immediately when I saw that, the first thing that came to my mind, as I said before, reflex. The first thing that came to my mind was, what are you doing? Like, you're a hijabi. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. But then straight after, like I said, it's reflex. It's reflex. These thoughts I don't explain to anybody, but I just need to I need to bring it forward so that I can give you all some context and just actually give you a proper point of view on this whole topic, so that inshallah I'll be able to enlighten you guys a little bit. But yeah, immediately I saw her and I said, what are you doing, in my mind? And then straight after, bang, I had to remind myself, two things here, yeah? One, hate the act, don't hate the person, yeah? So if they're gambling or if they're drinking or whatever the case may be, I have to somehow distinguish between the two, you know? Okay, the act isn't right, I should not obviously endorse or like the act, I should hate it, but I shouldn't hate the person. I shouldn't hate that human being, that Muslim. At the end of the day, they're a Muslim, a brother or a sister in Islam. So we shouldn't hate the person. We should actually endeavor to separate the act and the human being. One. Two, we should look at every excuse that could be. So what I mean by that is, let's say I'm doing something wrong, yeah? Let's say, for example, you know me somewhat, Omar. I'm a normal, nice guy, I'm pretty handsome. Let's just say you see, that was a joke. Let's say you see me and one day I'm sitting in front of the camera and I've got like a bottle of alcohol or something. And I'm drinking and you're like, wow, all this time we've known Omar, he's a good role model, he's a good brother, you know, I've never heard him swear, I've never heard him do this or blah, blah, blah. But then suddenly you see me with alcohol in my hand. You're going to turn around and say, wow, what a bad Muslim, what a bad example, blah, blah, blah. But how many of you are actually going to turn around and say, man, I know, man, like, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason why he's making that mistake. There's got to be something going on in his life, yeah? Or, you know, like, maybe someone just put it in his hand. You know, maybe there's someone that's sitting over here, they asked him to hold it. Like, what I'm trying to get at is, how many times are we looking for excuses when we see our friends make mistakes, or even people that we don't know, or influencers? Like, how many times are we turning around and saying, you know, like, they're doing something wrong, but there's got to be a reason. You know, there's got to be a reason. Like, I try to think good about them as much as I can. And in that scenario where I saw those people playing the scratchies, like, I was walking past them and, like I said, I saw them, I judged them in my mind, immediately told myself, okay, as I'm going, you know, they're human beings, they're Muslims, everyone makes mistakes. And I tried thinking of them in a positive light as I was walking away. And as I was walking away, I actually left with a lighter heart. Because I left with those two individuals. I don't remember what they look like, but I left with a good image in my mind, in my heart, about those people. So, you know, everyone makes mistakes. That's their story, that's their test, you know, like, who am I to judge? So what I'm trying to get at is, in regards to Sister Dina, we should try to look at her, no matter what she's going through, in a positive light. Yeah, and I'm saying her specifically, I mean, I'm talking about everyone, but I'm saying her specifically because she's the topic at the moment. You know, for some reason everyone's talking about her. Like, people aren't worrying about themselves, they're worrying about other people. You know? But we should be looking at what, like, we can only see what she's showing us, yeah? Like, she's, from what I gather, she's on Instagram, YouTube and Twitter and that sort of stuff. And I'm not an active follower of her. Like, I don't think I follow any of her social profiles. I mean, I've consumed her content over the years, but I'm not like an active follower. You know, she doesn't show us so many parts of her life. Yeah, we might think, yeah, we see so much of her life because she vlogs and this and that, but there's so much you don't see. You don't see maybe so much good that she's doing. Maybe you don't see the charity or the acts of kindness or the salah or anything. Like, we just see what she shows you, and that's what you judge her upon, you know? And this is the same principle that goes for everybody. You see somebody who's making a mistake, but you don't see what's in the background. So who are we to judge? You know, you don't know, even with this decision itself, even in regards to the actual hijab, we don't know how much weight there is on her shoulders, how much she's feeling. Maybe she's feeling distressed, maybe she's feeling upset about it, maybe she's not, like, you just don't know. Do you think that she doesn't know that, okay, there's millions of people that are watching me, and, you know, do you think that she doesn't understand that there are so many people that are looking up to her? Do you think that's not a weight on her shoulders? It is. She's a grown human being. She understands these things. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't need us to tell her and judge her about these sorts of things. The weather's cooling down here, so I trust myself a little too much and I got sick. Anyways, I'm not the one that should necessarily be sort of saying these things. Obviously, we all understand. I don't need to tell you, okay, the hijab is a fard. You know, I don't need to tell you that it's even a fard for guys. You know, I don't need to tell you that. Like, we all understand that. And there are going to be some of you who wear the hijab and are so comfortable with it. There are going to be some of you that, you know, are wearing it and are struggling with it. There are going to be some of you who are in between, on and off. There are going to be some of you who want to wear it and you're struggling with your nafs and you know, you're struggling with your heart and you're going through that process. And some of you just don't actively want to wear it. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own journey. I've got a journey, you've got a journey. Everyone. Obviously, like, I don't say this to anybody because it's not my role. Literally, I don't. But obviously, it would be only right for me to encourage it because there is blessing, there is benefit, there's a lot of good in it. But it's not up to me. It's not up to me to make that decision. All I can say is, you know, if the furthest I'll go is, you know, it's obviously better for you to wear it. That's as far as I'll go. But I'm not one to advise. Always. But do you know what I mean? Like everyone's going through a different journey. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Everyone's going through a different journey. I'm going through my own tests and struggles. You're going through your own tests and struggles. I don't know. Yeah. Like I just don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like I understand she's an influencer and she's got a huge following, and people are looking up to her. But you think she doesn't know that? Do you think she doesn't know that? You know, so we just need to look at ourselves. Wallahi, you just have to look at yourself. No matter what's going on in your life, look at yourself. What are you doing for yourself? You know, if we really wanted to change the world, if you're having if you're having a go at someone because you care so much about the Muslim Ummah and people are looking up to you, how much are you doing for yourself and for the people around you? And what I mean by that is, if you're focusing on improving yourself, then you will be indirectly, on a very large scale, positively influencing the people around you. If you cared about the community so much, you'd worry about yourself and improve yourself, because that's going to have a rippling effect in influencing positively the people around you. Do you know what I mean? Like, here we are just looking at other people. Wallahi, I don't get it. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say. But anyways, if you're here, might as well subscribe. I'll see you guys later.